Yo, what's going on YouTube? This your boy Kamen Zero Spike back again once again. And today we here for Avataro Sentai Donbrothers episode 40, man. We got 10 episodes left in this series and it's been a freaking wild ride and there's still a lot we don't know. But in this episode we basically see that Haruka is taking her driving test. And yeah, we're going to get back to that later because that does play some kind of part in the actual like regular plot. So we're going to get to it. So basically, we see that Sonoza is training with Murasame. He's like using Murasame, training with it. And then Murasame gets up and leaves him and tells him that, hey, I have nothing else to learn from you, so I'm leaving. So for some reason, Murasame says, hey, I'm overflowing with power. Mother, I need to fight. He's like, I want to fight some. I want to fight some stuff. And his mom's like, all right, let's go find some. Terrible parenting. So we end up seeing that he ends up going to he ends up finding Tsubasa. He ends up finding Tsubasa and like basically fighting Tsubasa. So while he's fighting Tsubasa, we see that Miss Sononi is also there. We see that Tsubasa ends up getting hit off the building and he gets hurt to where he temporarily loses his sight. So we see that Sononi was actually about to take him out. Apparently, they're basically getting ready to kill him, but she doesn't want to kill him because she wants to see the love that he has for Natsumi actually grow. So he wakes up and he can't see anything. His sight is temporarily gone. So so Sononi basically she protects him from Murasame and actually she pretends to be Natsumi. So while that's going on, we see that Haruka is having her driving test, and we see that she is notorious for hurting her driving test instructors by giving them whiplash. So we see that her newest instructor, man, I'm gonna call him Mr. Okay because he says okay a lot. He's helping her with her driving tests and stuff like that. We actually see that she's actually started to do actually pretty freaking good at doing this and things like that. But we did see that Tsubasa is looking for the cop beastial, the beastial that's pretending to be the cop guy. He says that maybe if I fight him, I have to find him and fight him again in order and find a way to get back into the forest of slumber so he can get the real Natsumi out. So throughout the episode, he does try and fight. Wants to find him, but we see that majority of the episode, Sononi pretending to be Natsumi is basically protecting Tsubasa from Murasame. Murasame is hunting him down throughout this whole episode, kind of doing a very poor job at it. I mean, he's trying to be menacing, but he's like he punches a gate open, and I'm like, bro, that gate was clearly unlocked and open. Why were you trying to be so dramatic right there? So we did end up seeing that they're fighting him majority through the episode, and they end up getting away from him again, and they ended up being able to actually sneak and go to a fancy restaurant. There's a lot of fancy restaurants. Like, good, this place is gorgeous. This place is the lighting, everything is just beautiful. So we see that they're talking, and we see that Murasame. She figures that Murasame will not attack her or attack civilians and things like that, even though because Murasame can't attack Sarah Brand. He can't attack Sarah Brand, so she figures that they're safe. So they're sitting there talking. He's talking about his love and things for her, because he thinks that she's Natsumi. So end up saying that that Murasame is actually there. He's there doing the whole shark thing, swimming through the floor and things like that. And he ends up impaling Sononi and actually helping, and then after that ends up attacking Sononi. But we end up seeing that the cop Juto, or they call him Juto, but the cop bestial, as he runs in and starts like eating everybody's food, casual bestial stuff, and he actually starts trying to fight Tsubasa. But then that's when Murasame steps in and Murasame starts to fight the cop bestial. So we ended up going back. They ended up running off again because Murasame, I understand how he let them go. I understand how they got away this time because the bestial got in the way, but also because There's actually somebody in the way, but the other times though, trying too hard to be menacing, bro. Just jump in there, just attack them, you know. But we see that Haruka is still going through her little like driving. Excuse me, still going through her little driving test and things like that. And she's kind of getting better at it, I guess. But she's freaking Haruka's freaking crazy. Haruka has been that comic relief kind of character. Has been that weird comic relief character in this whole like series, man. And it's kind of that goofy weird. It's kind of that goofy weird, kind of funny, but it's like it's kind of weird. So after that, we end up seeing that Tsubasa he's still talking to Sononi, but then I don't know, but slowly his sight starts to come back. When his sight comes back, he sees that it is Sononi. After they have like kind of a tender moment, because he thinks that she was Natsumi, he ends up hugging her lovingly, things like that. She hugs him back lovingly, and we see that I feel like Sononi is kind of jealous. I don't know, maybe I feel like Sononi wants Tsubasa. And yeah, so we end up seeing that his sight does end up starting to come back, and in the other part of the episode we see that she does end up getting like hurt. She got impaled, and all she does get scratched by the beastial. So we see that he's like, oh man, like why would you pretend to be not to me and things like that. He said don't screw with me, and then he sees that she is like hurt. It's in the rain too, so it's kind of beautiful. But he sees that she's hurt, and he ends up trying to he's like, oh man, was she protecting me this whole time? Did she protect me from that? So we see that Murasame does end up popping up again, and also the beastial ends up popping up again, and they end up while all fighting, Tsubasa's trying his best to hold back the Juto, hold back the beastial, but we see that Murasame ends up transforming into his sword form, and then because the beastial he grabbed Murasame while he was in his sword form and tried to use him while he's in his sword form. And I don't know why everybody just tries to use Murasame while he's in his sword form. Like, can everyone do it? Like a beastial can do it. So he ends up we see that Sononi ends up shooting him, and Murasame flies out of his hand, and he takes that, and we end up seeing that Tsubasa uses Murasame to destroy the beastial. So the beastial's gone, and I was like, oh man, that means the guy that he was possessing is dead. Yeah. that's the whole thing. I was like, oh man, the guy he's possessing is dead now. This sucks. So we see that Murasame basically says that, hey, I'm gonna serve you now because you saved me. And his mom is like, no, hell no. It's like, no, he's an enemy, you can't serve him. So basically see now that so after that we end up seeing that Haruka basically kind of passes her driving test, and we saw that earlier in the episode that Murasame we get some car food. We see that Haruka is basically attacking Murasame with the car, because he was chasing Tsubasa and Sononi, and Haruka comes in and hits him with her like driving test car. And yeah, so that's also like how the Juto ended up grabbing him and stuff like that. So now that Tsubasa has Murasame, we see that Sononi tells him that she said that, hey, if you destroy the beastial Natsumi, then the regular Natsumi will come back. And after that she walks away, and her eyes glow blue. Her eyes like trying to shine in a blue color. So I'm thinking that did Sononi get like infected? Like, can you become a Juto like that too? Can you become a beastial like that too if you got scratched by them? Because she got scratched on her arm. So I feel like can that happen? I don't think Cerebrand can become bestials or anything like that. Like Cerebrand a whole different race. So it's like, I know that Cerebrand can also become Hitotsuki with the proper circumstances. But yeah, so we end up seeing the driving instructor, after seeing all that stuff happen, he ends up transforming into a Hitotsuki, and which brings in the rest of the freaking crew. Like, we didn't see anybody else other than, we saw we saw Kijino, who was begging Miho to stay with him and begging her to stay in the house and stuff like that. And that's really it. But we didn't see anybody else. He transforms into the Hitotsuki, which brings in the rest of the crew, and the rest of the crew end up battling him as he taking him out and all that good jazz. Boom, bam, bow. So we end up going back to after Sononi. She tells him that they end up battling him, taking him out. We end up seeing that now that Haruka has her driver's license, she tries to get the guy. She gets her own car and tries to drive the guys around, but they're like, hell nah, because this car is effed up. So yeah, but the episode basically ends off right there. But also, man, that whole Sononi thing, why did her eyes glow blue like that? I mean, was it just a thing? Like, I don't know. Like, is she infected? Is she now infected and maybe end up becoming a beastial? And also the whole thing and also he doesn't know that if you kill a Hitotsuki, not Hitotsuki, but if you kill a beastial, that person that they're possessing will also die as well, which also kind of brings to light her predictions of his love, like, going away, or his love ending in a train wreck, which would also affect Kijino as well, which may end up causing another falling out between the two. So there's a whole strand of events that could happen if they don't free Natsumi the right way, without actually killing her. But other than that, you guys let me know down in the comment section below what you guys think about this episode. Make sure to like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell. I'm gonna see you guys next time, and remember, stay henshin.